CSIR is checking whether your school day science understanding, how much good it is. Science means not your own science, about all the 5 science. That means especially physics, chemistry, mathematics, life science and earth science. From these 5 science streams, questions can come from anywhere, and that will be of the level of high school science especially. And general understanding also. General understanding questions also they have asked. So this topic, how to learn, there is no suggestion I can give, because this is more about your understanding about your school science. So one thing I can tell is don't worry too much about this topic. If the question comes from the topic that you know, then attend it. Otherwise you can skip it and search for an easier question. That is what I can say in general. So this is one such question. December 2019, this question was asked, which was comparatively a very simple question actually. So make an attempt, all of you. So in this question, which of the following graphs correctly shows the growth of a sapling to a mature tree? Sapling means a small, means the next stage of a seed. So like this, a sapling is grown to a big tree. That growth is represented by which graph? Let's analyze option by option. First option, can it be possible? Yeah, your general understanding is enough. Will it be a linear growth? That means the rate of growth, will it be linear? No. Moreover, this is saying that it is starting origin. If you assume this is 0, at time 0, height is 0. We are not sure whether it is 0, but that is also wrong, because sapling have a height. So both the ways option A is wrong, because a linear growth, we cannot say that a growth of a tree is linear. At the same rate it will grow. No. And second graph, whether it can be correct or wrong, option B. Option B is wrong, because option B says that the height of the tree is increasing. After some time the height of the tree will decrease. Just like human beings, height of the tree normally does not decrease with respect to time. It can be increasing or it can be static after some time. It cannot decrease. That is wrong. So in the second graph, height is decreasing after a point of time. That is impossible to happen. Once it reaches the maximum height, it will stop growing maybe. But stop growing means it will not decrease. So this is also wrong. Third graph looks okay. So we will try option D and see whether we can eliminate that. Yeah, this graph is totally wrong, because what is this? Again decreasing, and for a particular time there are multiple heights for the same tree. That is also impossible. So option C is the only correct possibility. Even if you don't know much life science background or how the tree grows, you can easily find the answer by eliminating options. So yeah, it is a question from life science, but your general understanding and skills of eliminating answer option is enough to say the answer. Option C is the correct answer. So the next question, this is also, actually these are data interpretation questions with science understanding. And the next question is from physics actually. Your school physics understanding is enough to say this. In data interpretation chapter, I think we have discussed this. Anyway, we will discuss it here. This was also asked in December 2019 CSIR-NET exam. A girl is running at a constant speed. Constant speed means speed is same. So the girl is running at constant speed to catch a bus which is stationary. Which is stationary means bus was 0. So the speed of bus was 0 initially. After some time bus leaves. That means its speed will increase and moves with constant acceleration. Acceleration is constant. So which of the graph describes the situation correctly? Here also elimination is the best thing. Let's analyze with respect to the girl's movement. Girl's movement is denoted by the dotted line. The speed is constant, and look at the axis. Speed time graph this is. Speed versus time. That means when time proceeds, what is the speed of the girl and the bus? So in option C, option D, it is impossible, because here the speed is increasing with respect to time. Here also, speed cannot be increasing. Speed is constant for the girl. That is what the question says. Constant means like option A, and option B, the girl's movement can be represented by a speed time graph. But A and B remains. We cannot say A is correct because with respect to bus movement, which is denoted by the dark line, bus movement, it is like this. That means constantly increasing, that is okay, but the bus was stationary initially. At least for some point of time, bus should not move. Bus should not move means option A is wrong, because right from the beginning the bus is moving here. But bus was initially having speed 0, that means like option B, for some time the speed is 0, after that only bus started moving. So that is represented only by option B. So that is the only possibility. Again, elimination method will help you understand, and your basic understanding what is speed, what is acceleration, what is distance, those kinds of basic school day physics is only needed for this question. So let's try another question from December 2019. Make an attempt. So I'll start explaining. The length of a rod is measured repeatedly by two persons. Person A reports the length to be 1002 plus or minus 1. Plus or minus 1 means 1002 plus 1 till 1003 it can. Person A reports the length to be 1002 plus or minus 1 means 1002 plus 1 it can go, and 1002 minus 1 till that can be the minimum. That means person A is reporting that the answer can be between 1001 to 1003. That is what person A reports, plus or minus 1 because of that. This is A's measurement, and B's measurement is what? 1001 plus or minus 2. That means the variability is more actually. So 1001 plus or minus 2 means 1001 minus 2. The minimum can go up to 999. Maximum can go up to 1001 plus 2. 1001 plus 2 means 1003. This is what B is telling. Now we know an information that from a more reliable method we know that the exact length is 1001, 1000.1 plus or minus 0.5. 1000.1 plus or minus 0.5 means the correct answer is near to 1000.1. Yeah, there the variability does not matter actually. You only have to worry about 1000.1 is the real answer. 1000.1 plus or minus 0.5. So 1000.1 is the correct answer. 1000.1 is the correct answer. Which option is more closer to 1000.1? We will check that. That determines which is more accurate. So here look at the four options. All the four options are asking about accuracy and precision. Which is more accurate, which is more precise. These are the two things. So I will just give you the basic understanding because this is something that you need, that is needed for your future research also. Which is more accurate, which is more precise. If you already know, it is very simple. If you don't know, I will just briefly explain about it. So here A is having an interval of 2 and B is having an interval of 4. That means with respect to precision, even if you don't know the correct answer, you can say the precision is more for A, because A is saying that the answer will be around 1001 to 1003. But B is saying that it is between 999 to 1003, means that is a bigger interval. That means the precision is less. Like thinking about a dartboard. You aim at the dartboard. If you are at the center, or if the dartboard is bigger and bigger, that is less precise actually. Anywhere in this dartboard if you want to aim, that means less precise. But if the dartboard is smaller, that you should hit anywhere in this. So this is more precise actually. That means the interval is smaller. I am just giving a real life example just to make you understand. It may not be that what we can say exact the example, but just to make you understand in case you are not understanding what is precision. So definitely A will be more precise because A have a smaller range actually. B have a bigger range. So A have more precision, B have less precision. Now about accuracy. Accuracy is regarding correct answer. How much it is near to the correct answer. So for accuracy, definitely you should check with 1000.1. Which whether A or B, which is more closer to 1000.1, that will be more accurate. Yeah, if you check the number 1000.1, that is contained in B, but that is not contained in A. Because A is from 1001 and between 1001 and 1003. 1000.1 is not in that interval at all. But 1001 at least belong to the interval B. That means B is more accurate. B is more correct answer. Accuracy can be related to correctness. More correct is B compared to A. That means the final conclusion is B is more accurate, A is more precise. Which option is saying so can be the answer. So measurements made by A are less accurate but more precise compared to those of B. Option B will be the correct answer. Yeah, then you have to check the answer option, which option is saying according to the situation. So again, this is just a general understanding, general science problem. So option B will be the answer, where you should be clear about what is accuracy, what is precision. So I will start explaining. Here also it is more about error analysis. How much is it is deviating from the correct answer. Again, this also you are doing in school days itself, you are doing it in your physics lab, chemistry lab, biology lab, etc. Or maybe many of you are doing that as part of your subject you are doing now also. So this will be simple, I think, for all of you. So here what you have to do, the value of a physical quantity is measured to be 3.4587 plus or minus 0.0022. Here plus or minus does not matter because it is analyzing the error. So to analyze the error, this value is enough. The variation you don't need actually, because this is not exactly asking accuracy or precision. It is only asking error about which is more having less error. That means which option is more away from the correct answer, that only you have to check. Yeah, actually you are checking accuracy itself, but this variation is not necessary. So we will check each option how much it is away from this for 3.4587. To understand it better, think it like without decimal, just think it. This decimal point, if you just avoid, you will understand it better. This decimal point, this decimal point, this decimal point, this decimal point, if you avoid, it is easier. Yeah, when you avoid, make it in 4 digits. Sorry. Decimal point when you are avoiding means you have to put everything in 5-digit number. So this is 34,567. This is 34,587. How much difference it is having? 20 difference from the real number, because real value is 34587. So when you add 20 only you will get that. That means the error is 20. 20 means 0.0020. Here the error is how much? Here the error is 17 only, because if you add 17 you will get this real answer. I am comparing with the real answer 3.4587. Third option, if you compare 3.4587, so I'll put a 0, 2 zeros here, 3 zeros here. Now you compare with the real answer. Real answer is 3.4587. 3.4587 is 20 away. So here the error is 20. Here the error is 17, because if you add 17 itself you will get 34587. 34587. And here 34587 will be how much away from 3.4600? Only 13 away. Whether it is plus or minus does not matter. Only the difference or how much it is away from the real answer only matters. So this is just 13 away. But here it is 34587. If you compare, this is actually very away, because this is 5000, this is 4587. 5000 and 4587 means that is almost 400 plus away, 413 away. So definitely you don't have to consider this at all. 13, 17, 20, option C is more near. So option C is the answer. The error will be less in option C. That is why option C will be the appropriate representation of the result, taking the errors in account. Again, basic school day science is enough, nothing more. Next question from physics background. your basic understanding about speed, distance and time is enough to do this question. So I am explaining, which is because this question is easy for all of you, I guess. Velocity time graph of a body is given in the diagram below. Velocity time graph, it is not distance time graph. If it is distance time graph, situation may be different. So speed versus time or velocity versus time is given. The diagram showing the acceleration of this body as a function of time. So if you convert velocity time graph into a speed time graph, sorry, acceleration time graph, which among these four options is correct? So your basic understanding that acceleration is velocity, rate of change of velocity, that only is needed here. Yeah, then you have to eliminate answer options. So here velocity is increasing at a constant rate. That is what this graph means. Velocity is increasing at a constant rate means acceleration should be constant or parallel to x-axis. Velocity, rate of change of velocity, increase of velocity with respect to time. If that is constant means acceleration will be constant or parallel to x-axis. Acceleration is parallel to x-axis means third graph and fourth graph is wrong, because here the acceleration is also increasing. No, that is wrong. For that there should be an exponential curve, then only that can come. Here it is a linear curve itself, so third and fourth graph is eliminated because of this 0 to t1 region itself. Now t1 to t2 region is parallel to x-axis. That means velocity is constant. It is not 0, velocity is constant. That means from time t1 to t2, the velocity was same. Velocity was same means no acceleration, no deceleration or negative acceleration was not there. That means acceleration was 0 only. Acceleration was 0 only. That means it is on the x-axis itself. Acceleration, y-axis is acceleration. So acceleration should be 0 for that particular time period, t1 to t2. Both the graphs are saying so, that is why we cannot eliminate any of them. Now the third region, t2 to t3, the velocity is decreasing with respect to time. Velocity decreasing means velocity decreasing at a constant rate also, because that is like a 45-degree angle. 45-degree means constantly this is decreasing. Decreasing, acceleration is decreasing, that is why first graph is wrong, because here acceleration is actually acceleration is not decreasing, sorry, it is negative acceleration. Acceleration is constant itself, constant negative acceleration. Constant negative acceleration means like this. It is negative because speed is decreasing with respect to time. So option 1 can be eliminated, or option A is eliminated. So the only possible option is option B or option 2. So let's try the next question, June 2015 CSIR-NET problem. If AN implies S, EF implies I, GH implies M, then NS implies what? Yeah, this primarily looks like a numbers chapter, sorry, series formation chapter problem, but it is not a series chapter problem. This is just chemistry problem actually, but they haven't mentioned it is chemistry or general science or series formation. That is a challenging thing. If you have an estimate that this is going to be a general science problem, then it would have been easy. But here you should understand AN, if you reverse you will get Na. Na. What is Na? Na is sodium. What is the first letter of sodium? S, and that is what is written in the right hand side. When you reverse the left hand side, you will get a symbol that represents a metal or an element, we can say. That element's first letter is the answer. Let's see whether that is correct in the second case. EF, if you reverse, you will get Fe. Fe means iron. Iron means ferrous or iron. That means iron is the element, that is I is the first letter. That I you can see here also. Same way Hg reversed is GH. Hg is what? Mercury. Mercury's first letter is M. That is why in the right hand side of GH you are writing M. So we are convinced that this is the rule. Once you are convinced that this is the rule, NS reversed is SN. SN is tin. Tin first letter is T. That is why option A, T is the answer. Yeah, school day chemistry, school day physics is enough to do this question also. Kind of a general science question, but you should know what is density. That is the only extra thing you need. Density is mass by volume. If you know that, it is so simple. Density is mass by volume. But what happened? There is a gain of 20% by weight. Weight means mass itself. 20% by weight means M is becoming 120% of M. Why 120% of M? In monetary problem and many other chapters we discussed. Data interpretation also. 20% gain means 100% of M is becoming 120% of M, because M means 100% of M. To that value you are adding 20% of M. So mass is becoming 120% of M, and volume is becoming what? 10% increase. Gain about 10% means 10% increase in the volume. So if initial volume is V, final volume will be 110%. Percentage means out of 100. 110 by 100 of V. Because V means 100% of V. To that 10% of V is added means 110%. Logically you can think like that. Now the question is asking, by what factor does the density increase? Initial density was D or M by V. How that can be connected to the final density, that is the question. So 0, 0 cancels, 0, 0 cancels, 10 and 10 cancels, 12 by 11 you will get. That means we are getting 12 by 11 times, 12 by 11 is what? 1.09, 1.09 times M by V. That means 1 by 1.09 times the initial density will be the final density. By what factor does the density increase? 1.09 times is the increase. That means option D is the answer. I think it is clear to all of you. By what factor means by what multiple. So a bit of statistics here. The distribution of heights and weights in a population is shown in a 2-parameter scatter plot. So this is just a data interpretation tool itself. But scatter plot we are not using much in our school days, but in research and all, this is a tool that is used actually. So here the size of the square is proportional to. Question itself is saying how to interpret the data. Size of the square is proportional to the number of persons having particular combination of weight and height. I will explain what does that mean. For example, if this weight is 50 kg and this weight is 110 centimeter, that means this is 120 centimeter, this is 130 centimeter, this is 60 kg, this is 70 kg. That means people with 50 to 60 weight and people with 120 to 130 weight, that is represented by the square. If the square is bigger, that means more number of people are there with that particular weight and height. That is the meaning. That means this square is very big. That means people with this, for example, if it is 70 to 80 and this is 140 to 150, the people with that particular weight and height is more. That is why, that is the meaning of this scatter plot. So which statement best describes this trend in the population? Here the option is option C is the correct answer. Large height do not imply proportionately large weight. That is correct because it is not like a linear increase or anything. That means it is not means that for very people having very huge weight are having huge height, or vice versa also is not correct. Large height means, for example, 160, 170. This 160 to 170 region, large weight people are very less. Look at this row. Large weight people, there is almost no one. There is only some people here. They are having actually medium weight. But if you look at this, medium height people have actually large weight also, because medium height people, if you look at this row, the number of people there is high. Each square has some value, or some squares are very big also. So large height do not imply proportionately large weight is correct, because do not imply is correct. If it was saying imply proportionally large weight, that is totally wrong. So option C is the correct answer. Try the next question. When Ramesh was at the age of 80 years, he hammered a nail into a large tree to mark its height. That means, for example, if this is the height of Ramesh when he was 80 years old, he hammered hammered a nail into this position when the tree was this much long. But after some years, after 5 years, 2 centimeter per year is the growth of the tree. So 2 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 2 centimeter. After 5 years, total 10 centimeter the tree have grown. If so, this position of the nail will change or not, or whether that position of nail, how much higher it will be. That will not change. That actually common sense also. And if you know that the tree growth is actually not through the trunk completely, or not overall the trunk, it is actually called apical growth. Apical growth means growth will happen from the top only, from the tips only. Not like proportionately all the part of the trunk will grow. No, that is not the idea. So that common understanding or that life science understanding is needed for doing this question. So it will be on the same position as Ramesh have nailed it. That means how much higher it is? 0 centimeter higher. So option B is the answer. Next question. This also a little medical terminologies are there, but very basic understanding is enough. IV fluid has to be administered to a child of 12 kg with dehydration at a dose of 20 mg of fluid per kg of body weight in 1 hour. What should be the drip rate? Yeah, if you look at the units, it will be very simple. Drip rate is defined as drops per minute. So how many drops of IV fluid should be given to this child who is 12 kg weighing in 1 minute, not in 1 hour, in 1 minute. So how many drops in 1 minute? So we will find total drops and then we will find 1 minute how many drops are needed. So total drops how to find? 20 milligram should be given for 1 kg. And 1 milligram is 20 drops. 1 milligram is 20 drops means 20 into 20, 400 drops should be given. 400 drops should be given for 1 kg child itself. But this is a 12 kg child. So the number of drops given for a 12 kg child will be 12 times 400. 12 times 400 is 4800. Again, you don't have to multiply it. You can do the simplification in the end also. But for the explanation to look easy, I am just multiplying. So 4800 is the drops to be given in 1 hour. But remember, you don't have to give for 1 hour. You only have to give for 1 minute how much should be given. So 1 hour this much given means 1 minute to convert it you have to divide by 60. Or 1 by 60 times 4800. That means because 1 hour is 60 minutes. Na? So 1 minute is 1 by 60 hours. So 1 by 60 into 4800 into 1 by 60 will be the final answer. 4800 into 1 by 60 means 480 by 6, 80 will be the answer. 80 drops in 1 minute. 4800 drops in 1 hour. 4800 by 60, 80 drops in 1 minute. So option B is the answer. Next question from mathematics background. School day trigonometry you should remember. General aptitude normally they don't ask trigonometry questions much. But one exam this was asked. This was a previous CSIR-NET problem. So here I will explain. This you should know that in school days you have learned sin A cos B plus cos A sin B is nothing but sin of A plus B. So this is sin of A plus B. You have to find the value of sin of A plus B. You have learned sin of A plus B is sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. Sin of A minus B is sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. Cos of A plus B is cos A cos B plus cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. Cos of A minus B is cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. Those 4 formulas. Yeah, unfortunately, question was asked from that. So, it is good to know, but for the exam sake, by hearting all the formula may not be practical because there are so many formulas. So, anyway, if you remember it, apply it and do the question. Otherwise, try to find the next question. That is what I can say. So, anyway, sin of A plus B. Now, look at the triangle. This A plus B you have to find. You know that this is 90 degree now because this is a right angle triangle clearly told. And angle sum property you know. Now it is all about geometry once you know this. Sin A cos B plus cos A sin B is sin of A plus B. Now, you know that 90 plus a plus b is going to be 180, angle sum property. From that you can easily say a plus b is equal to 180 minus 90, that is 90. A plus b is 90 degree. So sine of a plus b means sine of 90 degree. Sine of 90 degree will be 1. So the answer is 1. Option B, 1. Is it clear to all? So that is general idea about general science topic. Sometimes they have given some questions where you have to be very clear about general understanding about how tiger catches a prey. Not like school day understanding only, general understanding. Those of you who are into this National Geographic channel and all, who sees it regularly, maybe know that. But otherwise it may be a difficult question also. For example, this is another question where you can guess some options can be eliminated, but some options are tough to eliminate also. I will give you some homework question or some more practice questions. These are some more questions from different science streams. Ask for all the science streams. Again, I am saying it is not like physics students will get physics questions. No, normally they don't do that. Chemistry students, chemistry, no. Math students, math, no. That is not like it. All the 5 general science topics can be asked from any of the 5 general science. So these are more questions for your practice. Go through it. Yeah, this is about tiger catching the prey. And this is about growth of plants in the lake. As I told, don't worry too much about this topic. Try to do if the question is understandable for you and if you know the theory. Learning all the theory for this topic will not be practical, because learning theory means all your school textbooks you have to learn again. So that won't be practical. So some of the questions as I showed was general idea questions only. That kinds of question you can easily do. And if it is from your science stream that you are thorough about, then also it is okay. So that is it.